promise you that move isn't that hard to pull off. Hey there, I'm Mihira from Studio Sirah, and today with our 5 beginner tips for Arjun, I'm going to show you exactly how electrifying he can be. But first, let's get started with the basics. Arjun is a range hero, so he excels in long range combat. Sitting at 20 HP, 2 damage and 1 base armor, Arjun is a little weaker than some of our more tanky melee heroes, but this can easily be worked around with his hero ability, his passive and his abundance of spell cards. So let me show you how. Tip 1. Arjun's steady shot completely ignores armor. Starting at 2 Soma, Arjun's piercing shot will always remove 2 health from your enemy. There is no counter damage, which means Arjun can use this attack to attack freely, and it can even be used on the same turn as Arjun's bow. Use Arjun's steady shot on opponents with armor for the best results. Tip 2. The Rising Storm increases Arjun's base damage. While Arjun starts off at 2 damage, Arjun's passive, Rising Storm, adds 1 damage to his total damage every 3 turns. Allow this to increase over time so Arjun can keep hitting harder at his opponents. As the game progresses, Arjun's damage will ramp up, so until then, don't forget to protect him with some guard units or some melee units. And as a bonus tip, add the Gandhava bow to your deck to really increase his damage. Tip 3. Use Arjun's spell and hero cards. Arjun has the upper hand against most melee enemies because of his hero and spell cards that allow him to stun opponents. Stunned opponents are disabled for the entire round, which means they cannot use their properties and they cannot counterattack you. Arjun has units with stun like Shock Archer and spells for the same. Concentration, which lets you do additional damage with the next spell you cast. Spark, which does damage to stunned opponents at 0 cost. And a Stun Arrow spell to stun a single unit. Sabyasachi, a purely offensive spell, will pierce 2 random opponents on the board. And Thunderstorm, which, while pretty late game, will stun and damage every single opponent on the board. Tip 4. Grab free kills with your combos. Arjun has many unit and spell cards to stun his opponents, after which you can attack freely. So cast Concentration to buff your damage, after which consider using Spark or Sabyasachi to really go purely on the offensive. A ranged unit still deals counter damage before getting stunned. Tip 5. Protect Arjun. Cards like the Forest Guardian are great early game options for a guard card. If Arjun is taking damage, you can always use the Heal an Ally spell or deploy healers to protect yourself. The Forest Rakshasi and the Medic are great early game options, but if you save up some Soma and get into the later game, you can always try the Battlefield Surgeon. Let's go over that one last time, shall we? Build up Arjun's damage using Rising Storm, use Steady Shot to do damage without the risk of counter damage, use Arjun's spells and stuns abundantly, combo them all together for free kills, and above all, your 5th point, protect Arjun. And that's it for our 5 beginner tips on Arjun. Follow these and you will be zapping away at your opponents in no time. Don't forget to please like, share and subscribe, and of course, let us know in the comments which hero you want us to focus on next. And I will see you on the battlefield.